Hello everyone, my name is Dan Bidondi. I'm host of TruthVideo on WALE 990 AM, Greenville, Providence, Rhode Island, and www.990wbob.com, Renegade Radio, and my show airs every week. And check www.truthradio.cc for local listings. And today I want to talk about the ongoing technocracy being set up here in America. Not just America, but all over the world. And it's a lot of well, let me get what the technocracy is. Okay, technocracy is technology being instituted to put you in this control grid, to keep you from thinking on your own, to keep you into this per se matrix. Okay, to put you into this locked control grid in the matrix. They think for you. Okay, they control what you do and everything about you. And I want to introduce a couple of things now going through the Senate. Okay, Democrat Chuck Schumer and Republican Lindsey Graham have now joined forces. Okay, Democrat and Republic, both left wing and right wing, the blue and the red, joined forces once again, because both of them work for the same global elite. Joined forces once again to force, not institute, force a biometric ID on the American people. And not only on the American people, but as the Puerto Rican citizens as well. Now, you all heard of the fraud that's going around. That is a recall for all Puerto Ricans to go back to Puerto Rico or to seek another birth certificate. Because he says birth certificates on the black market. Well, I confronted the Puerto Rican ambassador. And I showed him this bill here by Graham and Schumer. All it is a head count. They want an official head count for all the Puerto Rican citizens to force a biometrics ID, and the new birth certificates have an RFID onto it. And there's the whole thing of the birth certificates on the black market is a huge fraud. So don't buy into it. Don't submit to their tyranny. All it is the head count for the upcoming North American Union. That's already proposed by George W. Bush and by pushed through by Clinton, signed, sealed, and delivered by Bush Jr., and being instituted and pushed and be ushered in by King Barry Soetoro, that's right, Barack Hussein Obama. And Biometrics ID is the heart of this whole technocracy, okay? What it is, it's the real ID card. If you go to your DMV registration website right now, the website right on the front page, it says, preparation for real ID. Okay, the real ID is going to have the biometric system proposed by Schumer and Graham, which is quickly going to pass. It's also in the healthcare bill. That's right, HR 3200, 2,700 pages long. If you go to page 1001 to 1008, it's a push for a biometrics card, a biometrics ID on the American people. It's part of the healthcare bill. And within 36 months after, that's any time in the 36-month period after, comes the real ID, RFID chip, implant into your right hand or your forehead. You think this is a conspiracy? Yeah, the Bible proclaims the mark of the beast to be in your right hand or forehead. Okay, it's a control grid. Now, the Bible says, he who has wisdom, let him calculate the number of the beast. For it is also the number of man, which is 666. Now, take the keywords out of the verse. He who has wisdom, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is also the number of man. 666, okay, is a biometrics system on the human body. He who has wisdom, let him calculate that. Okay, it's a biometrics technocracy system. It's they already stated, and also the world also announced that the World Health Organization long ago has declared and made it approved, put the official stamp on it to approve a human implant. The FDA did it also, and recently again they put official statement that they officially approve a human implant, a human RFID implant in the right hand or the forehead. It's already been officially approved. The UN's Millennium Goals for 2015-2017, the Millennium Goals is to mandate every human being on the planet to be RFID implanted. Now people say, oh, what's so wrong with that? You know, they sell you this big propaganda. Oh, you can locate your kids. The state of Rhode Island right now is instituting this a chip that goes on your backpack. And it goes on your backpack and says to keep the kids safe. Now, a criminal, right, that knows this is going to locate the child. You could buy a scan offline to scan the RFID. The RFID is also in the sleeve cover of your passports and on the real IDs coming out. And they can scan you, all your information, go to that computer, track that kid anywhere he goes, and locate the kid. And of course, if they're smart enough to do this, they're smart enough to take the backpack and ditch it. The governor of Rhode Island, Kacheri, says, "Oh, it's a great idea." A bill went through to the State House in Rhode Island there, and to stop this, he vetoed it. He said it's a great idea. I think all students should have this. It's not a great idea. Okay, and when they institute this RFID implant, part of HR 3200, which is the healthcare bill, when this is instituted, and it will be, because the Bible says it will be. But the thing is, it's on God's timing. So therefore, we must resist this while we're here. We have the power to do this into its time. But within 36 months after, this is in HR 3200, pages 1001 to 1008, is to have a biometrics real ID instituted on all American people. Then within 36 months later, a RFID, a radio frequency identification implant. And you think this is a conspiracy, you think this is not, it's all in the bills, folks, okay, black and white. You could Google these PDF the files, download them for yourself, they're unclassified, openly stating what they're going to do, openly stating. And there's an article here to back what I was saying up about the children, the students in Rhode Island. News article right there. U.S. school district begin microchipping students. And not only that, a lot of schools are now instituting a thumbprint to get your lunch. The cashless society, they're training kids for the cashless society. They also gotten here, what they're doing also, is they're actually, they got a Monopoly game coming up. Right there. The new Monopoly, the 75th anniversary edition. It doesn't come with no cash, it comes with credit cards. Because they're getting people ready for a cashless society. That's right, when this RFID implant comes through, and it will be, it's going to be a cashless society, okay? You can't buy or sell without it, just like the Bible says, and you can't hide anywhere on the earth with it, just like the Bible says, because it uses GPS locations to track your RFID. And the way RFID works is there's no power behind it. There's no battery or whatever. How it works is they transmit a signal to the RFID, which powers it, and it transmits a signal back with all your detailed information, and especially with these biometrics now. Now, when this goes through, a police officer, when he pulls you over, doesn't have to get out of his car, because scan your license from inside of his car has your banking account information. This isn't all in the healthcare bill. This is also in the bill going through for the biometrics. All your banking account information, all your medical information, everything about you, everything, and yeah, your school you went to, basically your whole life's history right now. This is not a conspiracy; it's all in the bills. It's in the Senate right now, being pushed through. And so the immigration bill to put, for biometrics, national biometrics ID card. It's for immigrants and Americans. And there's also a deeper, darker meaning behind this, way deeper. I mean, it sounds far-fetched at first, and when the Nephilim return, they need a system also to know, basically, this sounds far-fetched, but if you HR 8791, it's a bill that went through, it's preparedness for this coming Nephilim. They're going to determine who humans are and who ain't, you know what I mean? That's another subject for another time, but I mean... And now Mexico is deploying a multimodal national ID card. Mexico plans to start enrolling 110 million citizens into its national ID card program this summer. This year, summer of 2010, 110 million Mexican citizens will have a biometrics ID card. It's right there in black and white. This is actually from the Third Factor, which is I get newsletters from the companies themselves that openly brag about the sales of the RFID. And IBG awarded a U.S. Army contract. The International Biometrics Group, that's IBG, a biometric research consultant and system integration company, has announced it has been awarded a contract for support staff tasked, for support staff tasked to the U.S. Army's